partnership with our, as far as being able to use other resources when it comes to integrating data, using data wisely. City Manager Cook has been good about promoting the use of planning and data analytics.
Don't forget my question.
I'm sorry?
Don't forget
Oh,
my
I won't.
point.
I
Okay.
won't. Using planning and data analytics in partnership with our internal team and also with the audit department within the city. As far as not using body cameras, yes, there is a policy on that, and the disciplinary options range depending on, maybe it's the first time, maybe it's a coaching session. But we document each one of those that happens, and it becomes a pattern of behavior. That's something we have to address with something all the way up to days off if necessary.
Yeah, I saw that range that you gave, but I guess the concern I have is in several cases, you have friends supervising friends behaving badly. And I don't know what you do so that we get more data poured into this reporting so that these audits that we're going to see conducted more become reality.
One of the things we've done is not only through the use of force review board, but this new force analysis unit added a level up of objectivity. So we're talking about lieutenants within the department who are not directly supervising the officers that are involved in these potential uses of force. So say it's someone who's a friend who may want to try to do their friend a favor, which we hope doesn't happen, but let's be honest, it could happen. This adds a different layer of accountability, a different layer of objectivity to that review.
Well, I got just one more question for this round, and this involves diversity. And recently, I think Councilmember Nettles and I were included on an email from a former officer where we were being invited to a meeting to discuss a real concern about diversity being encroached upon. That meeting did not take place, but it turns out the concern was stemming from something from legal. I don't know those details because I didn't go deep into that. It's not my business. But when we're talking about diversity, there was some type of directive or advisement from one of our lawyers that dealt with the language of diversity in recruiting and police. Does that ring a bell with anybody?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Tell me about it.
So we had the city attorney's office reach out, a member of the department who's no longer with them now, but reached out to advise us that the policy we had for diversity was actually in violation of federal law. The policy we had, not in a way that we were disparaging to any protected class, but maybe showing favoritism to protected classes. And just like you cannot discriminate based on a protected class, you can't show the preferential treatment either. I love the way the policy was written. It was seemed very intentional as far as our commitment to increasing diversity in the department. But when we have an attorney with the city attorney's office tell us, the ones that were supposed to be enforcing law, that we are actually in violation of federal law, I believed it was my decision that a change had to be made. I failed in the respect that I did not handle the messaging well when that went out. I should have been more in front of it, explained why it happened, and I think that would have quelled some of the fears that came after the fact.
Thank you. To be continued.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Gina. Chris and Alan.